Hey there, Dynamite fans. Come join us here at The Experience this Monday, February 13th at 6 p.m. Eastern. It's our usual time. The usual. We're going to have commission cover art, Dynamite, Marvel, DC, all of your favorites and more. And I'm sure we're going to talk about some fun stuff too. So remember, it's The Experience, Monday, February 13th, 6 p.m. Eastern. Can't wait to see you.
Hey everybody, welcome to Pop Culture Philosophers. I'm Rockin' Robbie Billups, and it's time for the weekly Pop Culture Wrap-Up. That's right, everybody. Thanks for checking out the video. I am Rockin' Robbie Billups. This is the weekly Pop Culture Wrap-Up. It's the show where I go over the week's pop culture news, mostly comic books and movies. Let's get right into it with some comic book news. Carnage Reigns is going to be a 7-part crossover from Marvel Comics starting in May. And it's another one of those book-ended crossover type things where there's an alpha and there's probably an omega, and everything in between is crossing over only in the titles in which it actually directly impacts, right? So Robbie has been building up some interesting stuff in Carnage, and I wasn't always quite sold on it, but at the conclusion of the last couple of issues, I became more and more interested. Now, we know we're also building up to the Summer of Symbiotes. Now, this is going to be a crossover between Carnage, Miles Morales' Spider-Man, and Red Goblin. So, this mostly is going to be written by Alex Paknadel, who is not only writing Red Goblin, which, by the way, the first issue blew me away, really appreciated that, but it's also going to be written, or he's also going to be guest writing the Carnage parts of this crossover. And then, of course, Cody Ziegler is going to be doing the Miles Morales parts, and I've really been liking what Ziegler has been doing on the Miles title. I'm a huge fan of Alex Paknadel. I really liked that Red Goblin. I'm loving All Against All, Friendo, Turncoat, Arcadia. These are all great books to check out from Alex if you haven't already, but I am rather excited for this. Venom and Carnage, my interest lately has been waning, but with recent events in Carnage in particular, and what Alex was doing in the first issue of Red Goblin, it's got me a little bit more excited to see half of the White Noise crew tackling some symbiote action for Marvel. Can't believe we live in this world. Also in May for Marvel, we have Fury, which is going to be a one-shot celebrating the 60th anniversary of Nick Fury. This is written by Al Ewing with artwork by Scott Eden, Tom Riley, Adam Kubert, and a few others. This is a one-shot comic going through the legacy and the history of Nick Fury and Nick Fury Jr. So the more recent iteration of Nick Fury, which is Nick Fury's son, which looks more like the MCU Nick Fury, and of course also that classic Fury, but through all the different eras, right? So the war era, the spy era, the original sin era, all that kind of stuff. Al Ewing's been doing this, like exploring the legacy of some of these characters. He's done it recently with Ant-Man. He's doing it right now with Wasp, and so why not Fury? And it's only going to be a one-shot comic, so we'll definitely check that out. From Dark Horse Comics in September, we have Whistleblowers by Raphael Medoff and Dean Moder. This is a story based on true events about 4 individual whistleblowers who, at great risk to themselves, try to expose the evidence and the realness of the Holocaust to America back in the day. So this seems to be of historical significance and importance, and it seems like something that's being taken with care. This is a collaboration with Yo Books. I believe it's a graphic novel, probably, but it sounds interesting. It's going to be 4 different stories about these 4 individuals, and I'm excited to actually check it out, learn a little bit about some of these individuals from history, and also just see if they actually make a really cool, profound, and resonating comic. So that's in September from Dark Horse Comics. Cat Fight is a 6-issue series from IDW, debuting in May, written by Andrew Wheeler, most recently known as the writer of Sins of the Black Flamingo, and Ileus Kriazis, probably butchered that name, but anyway, so this one is kind of described as John Wick meets Cats meets, what did they say? John Wick meets, I can't even remember what it said, but it's about this cat burglar, right? And he finds out that his grandmother was this super famous cat burglar. She wants to set up a job with him. He turns it down. It sends everything into a spiral. So it sounds interesting enough. We'll definitely check that out when it comes out. Spider-Man Noir has been picked up from Amazon for a live action series. Are they going to get Nicolas Cage? Probably not, but the Spider-Man Noir character is really decent in the comics, but in that Spider-Verse movie, I loved Nick Cage as Spider-Man Noir. I don't know if they're going to go, I doubt they're going to go for a comedic approach, which they kind of did in the Spider-Verse animated film, but I am excited to see what develops out of this, because Spider-Man Noir, that whole black and white aesthetic, the costume, the look, the feel, the vibe, that could be really cool for a live-action series, so Sony and Amazon are teaming up. Amazon has also picked up a Witches animated series. It's interesting to me. Now, Witches, of course, being the Scott Snyder Jock Image series that had one series and a one-shot, and then nothing else. But anyway, it's being picked up for an animated series, which is interesting to me that it's animated and not live action. But then when I start thinking about that stylized and atmospheric artwork from Jock, if that can be captured and somehow brought through the animation, I think that could be cool, and I'm really pumped for it. Fast X. I watched the Fast X trailer. First of all, for an overwrought and overblown action franchise, which I do like, okay, and if you doubt me, check out our Fast and Furious franchise review 2 Action Fests ago. This was a very overwrought and overbloated trailer. Like, there's so much in there, and trailers nowadays don't seem to be cut in a very exciting kind of way. Like, the music doesn't usually fit the edits, and then the edits just show too much of the movie, and I really feel like we got at least a significant clip from every damn scene in the movie. Now, I'm not worried about Fast 10 being spoiled for me. I'm just expecting big dumb fun, as we like to call around here, gigantic moronic splendors. T-shirts and available of that in the links in the description below. But it was decent enough. It looks really cheesy. It looks dumb. It looks like it's got some neat action, but it also looks very CG heavy. But my biggest thing was Jason Momoa as the villain. I think that's a proper stretch. I really like Jason Momoa, so I think that's cool. Now, I did watch the trailer for Air, Courting a Legend, which is a new Ben Affleck movie. It's directed by Ben Affleck. It stars Matt Damon, so it's teaming up Ben Affleck and Matt Damon again, and this one looks awesome. This is how you put together a trailer. You give us the premise, you show us the actors, you show us the setup, and just tie it up and make it fun and have the music match up with the editing of the trailer. It was a great trailer and a really cool concept for a film. What it is Matt Damon plays the dude who came up with the idea to save Nike by offering a contract to then rookie Michael Jordan to start the Air Jordan series of shoes. The rest is history. This is an interesting story to tell. It was a well put together trailer. I love Matt Damon. I love Michael Jordan. I love sports, pop culture, nostalgia, history, and I love Ben Affleck, especially as a director. So it's also got Jason Bateman, Chris Tucker, Viola Davis. It's got an amazing all-star cast. It's directed by Ben Affleck. It's about the start of the Air Jordans, and I'm really excited for that. And that is how you put together a trailer. So every other trailer editors out there, pay attention, because they got my attention. Fast X, of course, we're going to watch that movie, but we're going to watch that movie to make fun of it, for the most part. Air looks like it could be something truly cool, unique, kind of fun, maybe a little bit inspirational. Anyway, that's what we got for you at PCP. What's coming up here in PCP land? Well, tonight, join us over at Dylan's Horror Show. Link in the description below. We're going to be talking about the Sleaze Fest Blood-Sucking Freaks. Very excited to dive into this one. And then no Rockin' Robbie Live on Sunday night because it is Super Bowl Sunday, so I hope everybody enjoys the Chiefs and Eagles game. And if you don't watch football, I hope you enjoy your Sunday evening. But Monday night, do check us out over at the EXP for the Comic Collectibles Show with Dynamic Forces. And then right after that, over here at Pop Culture Philosophers, 8 p.m. Central Time. Join us for PCP Movie Night, where we're going to be talking about Flash Gordon. A very much requested movie for us to review and talk about on PCP Movie Night. I have not seen this movie since I was a young kid, so I'm excited to revisit it and have that discussion, and that's Monday night. Anyway, thank you so much for checking out this video. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and drop a comment, any comments about what we talked about or anything we missed. I've been Rockin' Robbie Billups. Thanks for rocking with us. Station, pop, pop, boom!